Let's talk about Jonathan Nolan, brother to Christopher Nolan, because I believe he deserves much more credit. For those of you who don't know, Christopher Nolan, one of the greatest directors in our generation, has a brother, Jonathan Nolan. He's currently responsible for producing the recent video game adaptation of Fallout for Amazon, while also directing some episodes. I haven't seen the show yet, but I'm going to because Jonathan Nolan is involved. And honestly, he's one of my favorite screenwriters. Not only was he responsible for creating and writing Westworld, but he's also responsible for writing what I think is Christopher Nolan's best films. I definitely think you can tell when Jonathan Nolan is involved with the Chris Nolan project, because I think the biggest distinction between both of their writing styles is with Jonathan, his writing is very character driven and emotional, whereas Chris, when he's working on his own or without his brother, his films feel more cerebral. Jonathan Nolan came up with the story for Memento, which put Christopher Nolan on the map and led him to get the job for Batman Begins. After the success of Batman Begins, Christopher Nolan recruited his brother to write The Dark Knight, which was better than Batman Begins in every aspect. Jonathan also wrote The Prestige, which I think is Christopher Nolan's most underrated and underappreciated movie, starring Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale as competing magicians. Check it out, it is phenomenal. And lastly, Interstellar was Jonathan Nolan's movie. He wrote it for Spielberg. But when Spielberg dropped out, he got his brother Christopher Nolan to come in and direct the film. And I actually regard this as good as The Dark Knight. This was one of the best movie experiences of my life. That's how good Interstellar is. Whenever Jonathan works with Christopher, their collaborations, I think, make the best films. What's your personal favorite project written by Jonathan Nolan? Let me know in the comments.